Good morning. Myself Karthikeyan, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Business System, KS Rangasamy College of Technology, Tirunelveli. So today in this lecture we are going to learn about importance of important documents and topics in use case diagram from software design with UML. So the first one is Unified Modeling Language. The UML Unified Modeling Language UML stands for Unified Model Language. It is a standard language used to visualize, design, and document software system before actual coding begins. So whenever we develop any software, the first step is to understand that the system should do. So we should clearly know the features of record and how users will interact with the systems. So this is exactly where the user use case diagram becomes very useful. So a use case diagram mainly focus on system functionality. So which it shows that service the system provides to the user. It does not explain internal coding or algorithm. It only represents external behavior of the system. The unified modeling language was developed by Grady Booth. Uh, they are popularly known as the founders of UML. UML contains many types of diagrams such as class diagram, sequence diagram, activity diagram, and many more. So among these, the use case diagram belongs to behavioral diagrams. Use case diagram is also mainly used during the requirement analysis phase requirement analysis phase of the software development life cycle. So which is helps develop and clients to communicate clearly. It avoids misunderstanding about the requirements, and also it ensures that no important system features is missed. By using use case diagram, we can easily identify who will use the system, what functionality the system should provide, and what are the boundaries of the system. So, in simple words, a use case diagram gives a complete functional view of the system from the user's point of view. So, there are five types of use case models are used in this use case diagram. The first one is process modeling or requirement analysis with use cases. The second one is static design with the class object modeling. The third one is dynamic design with the sequence collaboration and activity diagram. The fourth one is real-time system design models. And the fifth one is distribution and deployment models. So these are the different kinds of model. Based on that use case, we can choose any of the model depends upon the use case. The next one is use case modeling. Use case modeling. Now let us understand use case modeling. In use case modeling, the system is considered as a black box. Black box means we are not concerned about how the system work internally. We only concentrate on what the system provides to the users. The use case modeling focuses on external behavior of the system. It describes how user interact with the system and what results they get. So in UML, use cases are represented using a stick figure notation for actors and an oval shape for use cases. The use case model usually contain both diagram representation and also textual description. The diagram gives a visual idea and the text explains the step-by-step flow of actions. A single system may have multiple use case diagrams. Each diagram represents a specific part of the system, such as login module, payment module, registration module, and so on. So these are all the depends upon the use cases. The use case will be changed. So use case modeling helps developer understand user requirement clearly. It also helps client confirm whether the system meets their expectations. By using this model, missing features can be easily identified early. This reduces errors and saves development time. So this is the use case modeling in foundation of accurate and successful software design. So the next one is components of use case model. So these are all the components, different components that are available in use case modeling. The first one is system models. The second one is actors. And the third one is use cases. The fourth one is stimulus. So the system models, it depends upon the scenario, depends upon the use case, which will be differ. So the actor is the main role between the communication between two actors. For example, if we want to take the money from the ATM means, the user will be act as a user one, the ATM machine will be act as a user two, something which will be known as actors. So use cases based on that scenario or based on that activity, we call it as a use cases. The stimulus which is used to indicating the flow of particular use cases. System name in that box which indicates the boundary of the use cases. Boundary in the sense, we can have some use cases contains within the limit. So beyond the limit, the use cases cannot be processed further. So for that metrics, we are using system boundaries or system name. And also, yeah, use case model mainly consists of four important components. They are system actors and use cases and stimulus. These components work together to represent the complete functionality of the system. They show who can use the system, what operations can be performed, and how the system reacts. So they help us understand the system clearly before coding starts. They also help testers prepare test cases and developers plan modules. So this is the components of and backbone of use case modeling. So the next one is system. So now let us understand the system components. The system is represented as a rectangle box in the use case diagram. And the name of the system is written at the top of the rectangle box. In the name system or my applications, whatever depends upon the use cases, we can change the name as well. The system boundary clearly shows the scope of the project. So all the use cases inside the box belong to the system. So all the actors remains outside the box. So the system boundary helps avoid confusion regarding what features are included in the project and what are the features will not be added in that particular project. So it is also avoids unnecessary additions or deletions from whatever the based on the use cases. This improves requirement clarity and helps in the project planning. So it also helps in proper documentation and approval of the project. So this is known as system. So the next one is actor. So now let us learn about actors. An actor represents a role that interact with the system. So it may be a person, device, or another software system. So actors sends a request to the system and receives the result from the system. Actor initiates the execution of the use cases. Actor can be classified as a primary or secondary, and also active or passive users actors. Primary actors mainly use system services, while secondary actors supports system functions or functionalities. So actors are not individual persons; they represent a group of users performing the same role. So actors help identify the system requirements and the user access permissions. So this is known as actors. The next one is finding an actor. To find actor, we ask some basic questions about actors: who will use the system, or who will maintain the system, what devices interact with the system, what other systems communicate with the systems, who benefit from the systems. So these questions help us list all possible users and external systems. So correct identification of actors ensures complete requirement coverage and system security. So this is what finding an actors. So the next one is use cases. Yeah, use case represents the function or service provided by the system. So it is a set of actions performed by the system that provides value to the user. Every use case must be initiated by an actor and must be connected to at least one actor. So use cases describe what the system does, but not how it done internally. So example of use cases include login, registration, payment, report generation, and so on. So it is always this is known as use cases. The next one is finding use cases. So we ask for finding a use case also, we ask questions like what the functions are needed, what tasks are performed, what problems exist, and what improvements are required. Something like that, it may describe based on the use case. So this is help us list all the required system features, finding correct use cases, ensure system completeness, and reduce rework. So the next one is interaction between user and use cases. So the slide explains the interaction between actor and use cases. Actor sends a request to the system. The first of all, the actor sends a request to the system. The system activates the corresponding use cases. The next step is the use case process the request and produce results. The next one is the results are returned to the actor. So this interaction shows the flow of communication between users and the systems. The first one is users send the request to that insert coins. So the next one is the coin will be requesting to count coins. The count coins will be requesting to list drinks. What are the drinks available? Something kind of availability of the drinks. The next one is the actor send the individual request to all the major use cases. In between, the inner part of the use cases will be communicating within the specific use cases. So finally, based on that result, the use case will be developed, which will be clearly understandable what the scenario and what we have to do, something like that. So this is an example of use cases. So thank you. To conclude, use case diagram are very important in software design. They help understand user requirements clearly. They reduce development errors. They improve communication between clients and developers. They support testing, documentation, and planning. So this is use case diagram play a major role in building successful software systems. So thank you so much. Thank you for watching.